Hey, good morning. Hopefully everybody's got hydro for today. We didn't even get the ice here, although I think west was worse. So Betty and Darcy and some of you guys who live kind of on the west. I know my son lives in Windsor. He said everything was all covered in ice this morning. We just got snow, which wasn't bad, although I got up extra early today because I went to bed extra early last night. Hey, Betty. I went to bed so early last night, it's almost embarrassing. But my son and my husband went to baseball practice, and I was like, I got nothing to do and I'm tired, so I'm gonna go to bed and read. Well, that doesn't take long to knock me out, right? I don't know about you guys. Like when I read, I like to read before I go to sleep, and but it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops, and I'm out. So I went to bed, and I think I was asleep by 9:15, and I had set my alarm for 5:20, thinking, oh, I'm gonna get a full 8 hours tonight, which I was really excited about. I fell right to sleep, so like in a trance, and I was awoken by my son who had a smoothie before bed. Well, when he was drinking the smoothie, he said, it's making my mouth feel funny, which is kind of like an allergic reaction, right? And I thought, like, okay. He said, my mouth always feels funny when I have berry smoothies. And I was like, okay, well, maybe, I just thought he's not really a dramatic person, but it's like, okay, well, just drink it, and we won't make that one again. We'll make a different kind. I had put cashews in it, so I thought it was the cashews that were bothering him. But anyways, long story short, about an hour and a half later, it was all over the bathroom floor, all over the bathroom walls, all over the bathroom cupboards, all over the bathroom trim, the door. Like, it looked like somebody had been shot in our bathroom. He said, Mom, I vomited. And I said, okay. Okay, worst mom ever. You guys, don't judge me. I was in the middle of a dream. Like, I was dreaming. Like, I was that deeply asleep. He said, and you have to understand that my son, Grayson, is like, he puts even-keeled, pleasant, low-key personality to a whole new, like, he makes my husband look hyper. And my husband is not hyper. He takes it to a whole new level. Like, his personality never changes. He's grown into like the most pleasant, like, I can't even tell you, like, you just smile when you're around him. He's so kind, he's so pleasant, he's so mild-mannered and even-tempered. So even in the middle, so I didn't realize what had happened. He said, I barfed. I said, okay. Just take a towel and wipe it off. Wipe up your own barf, would you? And I went back to sleep. And then, like, 10:28 was the time when my daughter came in, complete opposite of calm, completely off the rails. Like, entered my room like Kramer, and I can't, oh my God, I can't. Grayson, you tell. He vomited everywhere, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, this is the second time I'm waking up, and I'm thinking, I thought he cleaned it up and went back to bed by now, but he's still in the toilet. So I had to get up, so I walk out, and I see just the literally looked like there had been a mass shooting, because he had a berry smoothie, and it was obviously projectile everywhere. Oh my God, and I just stood there and went, I don't even know how to clean this up, you guys. Like, I was like, it was everywhere. Like, I was like, I can't walk on the floor. It was all over the floor, but I needed to walk on the floor to get to the walls. Like I had to like mop a path. Oh my God. And he's still in the toilet. I yelled at her. Anyway, so needless to say, my amazing early night of, immediate deep sleep did not last past 10:30. Then of course, I was back in bed by about 11 by the time I cleaned it up. My husband came home, helped me, we got it all cleaned up, got Grace in bed, and then I can't fall asleep. I'm like, now I can't fall asleep because I had this I don't know, maybe an hour plus of really deep sleep and then woken up very violently by my daughter and traumatically. And anyway, so I did fall asleep eventually. I don't know how long it took. I didn't look. Then your brain's going and you're awake now. Anyway, I don't know how I got onto that story, but I in my defense, because I sound like the worst mother on the planet, with no maternal instincts whatsoever, but I had no idea the gravity of the situation because Grayson was so calm and so trying not to bother anyone. The reason my daughter ended up getting roped in was she had come upstairs and he said, "Renelle, is that you? I need some help. I don't know how to clean it up." And she is afraid of blood and afraid of vomit. She said if it was poo, she could deal with it. But vomit and blood, she can't deal with. And my husband wasn't home yet because the roads were so bad. And anyway. Oh, so I was up early. I still got up at 5:20. Actually, I was up at 5:10. I woke up on my own and went outside to assess, can I get out, because I was supposed to run this morning. And we'd gotten a lot of snow, but no ice. So I had to go to work to shovel out the end of the driveway so I could move my husband's car. And of course, clear off my car. And all my extra time I had this morning went to shoveling and clearing of the car and the driveway. And I got out and I did my run. It was a snowshoe. It was beautiful because we were the first ones in there. First fresh snow, first tracks. I'm going to go out again later today and get a second hike in, hopefully with my sister. And I crushed out 7 pull-ups, or chin-ups this morning, guys. 7. The 7th was barely, but my chin got up there. So we're up to 7. Goal is to get to 10. And then beyond, perhaps, but that was my first benchmark. And got my yoga in. So hopefully you guys are all good and safe. And I ran out to Costco yesterday and stocked up on stuff just in case. So I didn't have to contend with getting around today, other than perhaps driving. Of course, I feel like I forgot something. What did I forget, you guys? Because I was so busy talking. Oh well, it is what it is. We're gonna start after this anyways. I know I must have missed a whole chunk because I shouldn't be this far in. I did yoga this morning and I was doing some bending that I have not been able to do in a very long time. I cannot believe it. So I'm pretty stoked about that too. Darcy, you have power, yay. It's my son's birthday, my son Riley in Windsor. And yeah, he said everything's nice, but school is not canceled. So he was kind of perturbed. He's hoping. He has a long day of school today on his birthday. Yesterday I had the day off. So unfortunately it didn't work out well for him. Okay, so we're doing tabata. We're going to do a couple of leg leg exercises first. Pull this bad boy out. And, ooh, I'm gonna try the purple today, but I don't need that yet. So we're gonna start with lunges. We didn't do lunges this week. I'm gonna use the barbell. You can use, there's a lot of different options. If you're just starting, if you're brand new, you can do lunges with no weights. If you wanna hold them goblet style, if you wanna hold them above your head, you can. You can hold them like this, however you want to. I am not warmed up, probably because I skipped a whole chunk of the warm up. All right, so, okay, so grab your stuff. I'm gonna start the clock, grab my weight, and into lunges. So we're doing one side. So keeping that posture nice and high. We're doing one side at a time. Okay, we're resting and we're going to switch to the other side. Oh, this barbell is really cold. It's like January is the longest month of the year, and February is the most psychotic month of the year. Like, seriously, what is happening? I had put my snowshoes and my really wintry stuff away. But alas, it's back out. It was a nice change though. I do know in my head too that snowshoeing is really good cross training. I almost contemplated, I'm not going to, but I almost contemplated canceling my hills tomorrow to do a snowshoe run instead, or some kind of snowshoe training. But it's just too big of a workout to, I'm going to end up with 30 plus kilometers tomorrow. I won't even get a fraction of that if I go out to do snowshoes. I'd be lucky to get, I don't know. We'll see. The problem is I'm worried about the parking lot because last time we got a winter storm, the parking lot wasn't plowed right apart for the hill, and I got stuck. So, last one, feeling this in the upper body from holding this thing for the entire 4 minutes. I could go heavier in terms of my legs, but I don't know if I could hold the bar. Woo! Okay, that's round one of tabata for today. So next up we're going to do, oh, I lied. We got one more. I don't know how I missed one. Sorry, keep going. Grab your weight if you're gonna wait. I thought that was 8. I am off today, you guys. It was that wake up last night. No, we had another one. Okay, I'm grabbing. I missed a whole set. Sorry, you guys. I'm off my game today. I can't count apparently. All right. Okay, now we're done that round. So next up we're going to be doing the staggered foot deadlifts. say, you guys. Like, I don't, what's going on with me today? All right, so we're headed into staggered lift, deadlifts. Next, we're going to give it a rest pull my upper body. Also, I feel like my shoveling this morning should count for something. It's hard work, you guys, isn't it? Like, shoveling is no joke. I keep telling my son it's amazing training for baseball because it's like so core. It's so core based. All right, so staggering the feet and you're gonna lift. Oh, I can go heavier. I'm gonna grab the heavier one for the next set. Actually, we'll do both sides with purple. I don't know what I did last week with this one, but if anybody remembers, I'll have to look back at the video. So it's funny, I started rereading the book Roar, which is about women's bodies throughout the cycle, the changes, and how to support it nutrition-wise. It's kind of the perfect book to be reading with this launch, with the women's health product launch, which those of you who ordered it are going to be getting an email saying it's back ordered. I'm quite positive that's just indicating that it's not shipping right away, which we knew that. It's not supposed to ship till March. You guys who ordered it, pre-ordered it, which is smart because I suspect when it fully launches in March, inventory could be problematic. I think one of the reasons they're offering it, they're launching it this way is in order to ensure inventory availability for one, but also to stagger, to be able to ship out. My guess is if they have it, they'll ship it out a couple days early. It doesn't even have a name yet, you guys. Like, do you notice that? Because P23 is not what it's called. Deadlifts, I swear, are one of the best core exercises that there is. I always feel these in my core. Like right here. So good, you guys. So good for just... And the thing is, too, you can lift a substantially heavy weight with deadlifting so that you can really challenge that core, right? Make sure that chest stays out. One more. What was I going to say? Oh, so I was reading it, and it's just interesting to be reminded of the various changes that happen in the body. So yesterday I was talking about how, for the last, I guess since about Saturday I felt really off, like really off. I came home from my run that day. I don't know why I put air quotes around it. I came home from my run that day, and I just said to Chris, like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel really off. I was like, I don't feel sick, so I didn't feel like I was necessarily getting sick. Whew. All right. But something just felt really off for me. And I felt it in my run. My heart rate felt racy. I don't know, it was really bizarre. Anyhow, okay, I'm just thinking, trying to remember what I wanted to do next. I'm going to do another leg exercise. We're actually going to do a leg exercise that's glute/core, So you can have a weight for this one or not. I'm going to try, I'm going to try this guy. See how that goes. Okay, so we're going to be on the floor. We're going to be in a glute bridge position, and we're going to march. Now, the beginning exercise for this will just be glute bridges. So you're going to, I'll show you. So the beginners would do this. Okay? If you want to try the more advanced version, you can do single leg. And then the advanced version is going to look like this, except I'm going to hold a weight. And it might be a little bit over ambitious trying the 25, but I'm going to try it. Okay, so into position, into glute, and you're going to march. Okay, so I want you to think of squeezing those shoulder blades. Okay, we're going to do the full set just like that. And I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keeping that butt up. 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're going to say, I'm going to count one more set. I want to count them towards my core today. You can call it cheating, or you can call it efficiency. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you want to be up kind of on the shoulders, not on your neck and head. So what I do is I get my chest up and I squeeze my shoulder blades first, then lift. And you can modify and switch between each of the variations I showed you, depending where you're at. So you can try a combination, right? Like you can do one set advanced, one set, beginner. I didn't kind of get to this in the warm-up, but always modify anything you need to for where you are at now. Some of you have been joining me, like Jen Sharp and Betty and Darcy have been doing this for many, many, many months. Jen Sharp has been doing, I don't know how many a week, 5 a week? Or do you do all 7 days a week, Jen? Anyway, she works out, she's been very consistent for over 2 years. So, she's built up that base strength if you're just beginning, but she had to begin at some point, as did I. So don't feel bad about yourself if you're just beginning and you're not where we are, because that would be like comparing your chapter 1 to our chapter 17, right? That's not cool. Like, it would be kind of shameful on us if we weren't ahead of you. Sometimes I'll run with people and, they're not as strong as me on the hills or whatever, and I'm thinking, well, if you were, then I should be very worried about my own fitness. This is should be working both your core and your glutes. And it's great because if you're doing it like me, we're doing like balance shifting, so your core is actually operating in a stability, in a stability role, which is what your core should be. Okay, we're going to do 747s with a row. So we're going to go into a 747, and then we're going to pull. I can't remember if we did these on, I'm going to try the 15s to start. I feel like my hair is all weird. So yeah, we're still doing some legs. Honestly, guys, this is something that I did not used to be able to do, so I'm pretty excited about that. And now I can do it. Okay, and let me show you something else I couldn't do. So in yoga, you do this, right? And then you slowly roll up. Well, that's right here. When you're broken right here, rolling up is excruciating. And I clearly am not broken there anymore because it is no longer excruciating. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go. This is the advanced version. Basic version is you're just going to go, you're going to not do this pull. You're just going to go down and up without a weight. Oh, because they're hard and they require quite a bit of balance. And you want to focus on good form with these. Those of you who've been with me for a while now, this is my bad side, know that these have been a work in progress for me since, about a year. And they're coming. But, you might not even be able to do them, and that's okay. You can use the wall, but you're definitely not going to do the row. I couldn't even bend like this not too long ago. I'm pretty passionate about the message right now, which is funny because I'm reading that book, Roar. Oh, I didn't finish my story. There's a line that literally says, we think that life is over at menopause or in our 40s when the adjustments and the changes start to happen, and we can be thriving well into our 60s and beyond with just some tweaks in our nutrition, right? Our bodies have different needs, different requirements. So I was telling you how I felt off on Saturday and then just did not feel myself for a few days. Yesterday, my run was good on the clock, felt kind of not so great. And my heart rate's been higher in the mornings. So it's interesting when you follow these metrics, what they tell you. So, that was the other thing. In the morning I was waking up and my heart rate was higher than it has been. My weight on the scale was up just a pound or two from what it was. And I thought, okay, perhaps it's what do you call it? Ovulation time. Because that is when the body, is doing stuff. It's doing stuff, you guys. It's preparing for pregnancy, basically, right? So it goes into, a bit of a starvation mode. It retains water. It craves carbs. It does all these things in preparation to support a life until it realizes, no, there's no implanted egg. So it lets it all go, right? So that's why we go through, and that's why It's dangerous to put too much stock in the scale. We bloat a bit, right? Well, of course, if we're bloated, we're gonna feel that on the scale, or see that on the scale. We're gonna feel it in our clothes. We immediately blame everything we're doing is not working, and we suck, and we might as well give up, and there's that energy of too many things. So, we really can get quite bleak. All right, I want to try something. That's exactly what I want to try. All right, so you guys are going to do this, not the way I'm going to do this. I'm just getting my bar ready, but we're going to do rows. So you can do rows like this, standing. Okay, you can do them on a chair or you can do them on the ground. And I'm going to do what's called a landmine row. Landmine row. Which I haven't done in a while. All right. So let's go. Oh. Too much weight. One of these blades is coming off, you guys. But we gotta do both sides first. So make sure that belly is pulled in and that lower back is supported. So I don't have any rounding in my back. I want to see if I can get 2 more sets. I'm going to try 2 more sets. But boy, that is hard. I mean, that's 30. I lost my leverage there. That's it. Feel that in my lower back. It's good though. Definitely need to be strengthening that. Boy, did I feel that one, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the next one we're going to do, oh my goodness, that was a killer. Oh my God, we're still supposed to be going. Sorry, I did it again. Cheating here. So this is the modification. just pull it up in the middle here. Sorry, I keep miscounting our reps. I hope this isn't an indication of how my whole day's gonna go. I mean, it all started out alright with the snow shoveling. That's the thing, right, with winter is it wears you down mentally because you just have to contend with stuff that you normally don't have to, right? Like you take for granted being able to just drive out of your driveway. You know, just get to where you want to go. All right, we got two more rounds, you guys. Let's do a core round. So I'm going to grab my ball, and we're going to do plank and rockers. Okay, this one's going to be a killer. If you don't have a ball, that's okay. You can do these right on the floor. If you have a ball, it's going to make it significantly harder. So make sure you're ready for it and you're good to go. Don't feel obligated to be doing the hardest option. Okay, so let's just start with plank. Okay, so you're just holding plank. Make sure that belly button's pulled in. Quads and legs are locked up nice and tight. Okay, we're going to rockers next. Okay, so what that means is you're going to go out and in. Now, if you're on the floor, you can do this right on the floor. You can stretch your calves out nice in this one too. Those of you have tight calves. Okay, so next one, you just holding plank. Now, I'll give you guys a tip if you're just starting. The wider you have your legs, the easier it's going to be. The narrower you have your legs, the harder it's going to be. Make sure your elbows and hands, if you're on the floor, are directly beneath your shoulders. So you want them lined up. Or you might be on your elbows, so elbows and shoulders are lined up. You want to pull in the belly button, and you want to squeeze your glutes and squeeze your quads. The further out you go, the harder these are. I promise I won't screw up the timing of this one. This is number 3. I think somebody's cooking something yummy. I don't know if it's in my house or in somebody else's house, but I can smell food. Oh, I was listening to a podcast. I gotta share something really interesting with you. Okay, I found a super insanely nerdy, geeky podcast that is, it's another doctor one. It was a doctor one referred by the other doctor one. I believe that one is actually, I think he was a lawyer, and then he went back to school to become a nutritionist, and the other one might be a doctor. I don't know, but it's really nerdy. And they essentially go over studies and trials and evidence and kind of debunk ones that are really not valid or that are flawed. And then they talk about all the nuances. Anyways, it's super geeky. But the one that I've been listening to is like a bit of a series, and it talks about nutrition based on circadian rhythms. So eating in alignment with your circadian rhythm. So that's not what I want to share with you today, but that was super interesting to me. We all have natural circadian rhythms, right? We all have, we're a morning person or we're a night person. We usually know like which one we are, right? And eating in alignment with that is really quite efficient in terms of weight loss or metabolic health. But what I was listening to this morning was a study that they were talking about in regards to front-loading your day with calories or back-loading your day with calories. So in other words, they were testing subjects who had a 700-calorie breakfast and a 200-calorie dinner, and then flip-flopping them to see how it impacted weight loss and metabolic health. Particularly, when you think about this addresses the intermittent fasting crowd, right? And then also the calorie deficit crowd that just says eat whatever you want, whenever you want, doesn't matter. And anyways, after a whole bunch of geek talk, like literally, like a lot of it's over my head, I can't even understand it. Okay, so we're doing, I'll show you. You're gonna have the ball or not, and we're gonna do leg lifts. Is going to be the first one. Okay, so leg lifts. So if you have the ball, you want to squeeze it with your inner thighs. If you don't have the ball, you can still just pretend you do, and you'll still activate the inner thigh muscles. Okay, now we're going to be sitting up. This is one I just made up. We're going to bring the ball in with a twist. Now, again, do this with or without the ball. It's definitely more challenging with the ball. I just made this up on the spot because I didn't want to put the ball down. So you can do this without the ball, which is what I usually do. But, whoa. And it really targets those hip flexors. I've been doing 1,000 core a day, you guys. So for a couple weeks now. So if you want to do a less advanced version than me, keep in mind my core is getting pretty strong, and also from my chin-ups and pull-ups. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all 4 sets with the ball. Let me give it a whirl here, you guys. Anyway, I don't know if I can talk and do these at the same time. Make sure your back is straight too, like don't cheat. 1, 2. So they did deem, now I'm at the part of the podcast where they're exploring the why aspect of it, because sometimes we assume things that aren't necessarily true and make deductions or hypotheses, and that's what this podcast really does. It says, well, this study came out, it was published, and this is what people did with it, and that's not exactly what the study said. So it's kind of like, it's very scientific, and just ensuring that people aren't like making hypotheses from things that aren't actually valid, right? Because we all have a little bit of confirmation bias where we want to find stuff to validate what we think. And if you think of it, that is science. You start with something and then you try to prove it. And feeling goes like hugely in my hip flexors, which could be good and it could be bad. Don't want to injure my hip flexors. Anyway, they did find that there was a significantly higher energy expenditure from those that ate the 700 calorie breakfast and the 200 calorie dinner. Meaning that what they suspect is eating a large meal after a fasting period is more beneficial than having a large meal after eating all day. Okay, ball got ditched for this last one. Hip flexors are like burning. That's fun to work on, you guys. My core is also on fire right now. And I love it. I love when my core hurts. It's my favorite body part to be sore. It makes me feel so fit. I know some people like, you guys, what is it that you like? I had a client that used to love when her butt hurts. You know, I have some clients that love when their upper body hurts. It's whatever body part you're most self-conscious about is the one that you enjoy being sore because it makes it feel toned and firm and all that good stuff. So awesome workout today, guys. Awesome week. I will see you Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the February fierceness that's coming our way.